Don't give up on yourself. It costs less money to freaking make trail mix than it does to buy the trail mix. Like, and it's a whole world of like life out here behind consistency. You gotta organize the chaos first. Once you can organize that, you can literally do whatever you want to do. But you'd rather complain for 2+ years on how you want to be more consistent and then spend the next 3. It works, y'all. You have to lose that mindset, because that's the kind of mindset I had. I'd rather try 1,000 times and grow and learn. What's up, y'all? It's your favorite cousin on the internet, and in today's video, number one, if I'm too light, or what, if I'm too dark, the video is not gonna look like this. I'm really just testing this out. Let's go ahead and get into this advice. Let's chop it up. I mean, if you have your own tips, let me know. I want to know, because I don't know everything. I just give y'all what I go through and what I've learned through myself and watching other people that I know. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm just looking at myself because, baby, I mean, girl, you just looking so good. I could eat you up like a snake. Okay, let's get into it. I want to talk to y'all for a little bit. Me personally, I am a tough love kind of person, so y'all gonna receive some tough love. So go ahead and say your prayers, clear your mind, get ready, okay? Right now I'm just doing my hair, but basically the topic is walking in consistency. And basically, what does that look like? How do you get there? Like, what's going on? I'm struggling. I don't know. I'm trying to get out of this, trying to get out of that. I want to do this, I want to do that, but I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I'm doing too much. But walking into consistency, what does that really look like? For me, it looks like self-care. For me, it looks like accountability. For me, it looks like showing up for yourself first before you show up for anybody else. For me, it's spending time with yourself. Planning, being positive is what it looks like. Tough love. Finding new things to improve on, better ways to do things that are in a sense already working for you. There are different things that you could do, right, to walk into consistency, but ultimately it all starts with you as the individual, because you can't be consistent in anything if you can't be consistent for yourself first. Basically, those things do not come easy. It's not easy to set out time to take care of yourself, take care of others. You know, we all usually feel like it's just so much, it's too much going on. I can't do all that, I can't be all that. When honestly, you're simply just there to be you. In whatever way that is, you don't have to be more or less than what you want to be, right? And so typically for me in consistency, I have learned how to be the most consistent with accepting that I can't do everything, that I'm not perfect, that there are going to be times where, yes, I can still show up for myself, but there are going to be times where it may not be 100% up to par in the way that I want. And that has really helped me with being consistent, honestly, recognizing that and remembering that, because for a perfectionist like myself, I can't be consistent in something if I'm in my head about it. I can't be consistent in something if it's one way in my head, and then when I actually do whatever the task is, it ends up being totally different than what I thought it would be. The next time I'm not going to do it, and or I'm going to talk myself out of it because I didn't do it right the last time. It creates a big whirlwind of this mess. So for me, I don't even worry about if something's going to look right or not. I just do it, and if it works out, great. If it doesn't, great. Even more room for improvement. But it allows me to be consistent. It allows me to accept that I am not perfect and give myself grace. Like, it allows me to understand that I'm not being lazy if I can't do something fully correct, because there are times where I would just do nothing because I feel like whatever I was going to do wasn't going to be up to my standard. But the reality is, most times you're not even going to be up to your own standard. It doesn't mean that you quit. You know what I mean? Like, you have a certain mental standard, right? I feel everyone has their own mental standard of what they feel makes sense in their lives, or what they feel their goals or whatever are. Now, you can't get to that standard if you do nothing. The standard is there, I feel like, to improve you and help you get to the standard. Like, you having the standard is not, okay, I gotta be this person every single day, all day. You might not even be ready to be that person yet. It just could be somebody that you know you're gonna be. Hopefully that makes sense. Basically, as long as you understand that you have habits that you need to work on, that you have things that you need to organize and take accountability for, and set out time, make lists, get off TikTok, stop hanging out with your friends, stop going to your family house. Like, when you know you have chores, or when you know you have responsibilities, you know you got them pile of clothes sitting there for a week on end, laundry, handle it, get it done. You staying up talking about, okay, I need to get rest, I need to do this, I need to do that. But then when you get home and you get off work, you in the bed all day, the rest of the night on your phone. But you could be washing clothes, you could be washing dishes, you could be doing whatever it is you need to do, ironing clothes, organizing things before you go to bed. There's easier ways to get things done instead of like, okay, either I gotta do all of it or I can't do any of it. You have to lose that mindset, because that's the kind of mindset I had. And so for me, what that looked like was, okay, let me start planning. Got me an iPad. You don't necessarily need an iPad to plan. That's just what I decided to do. So I started to write in my iPad. I started to look up self-care. I started to look up like-minded people like me, people who are not necessarily spending a whole bunch of money, people who are on a budget, people who are being themselves, people who are cleaning up, people who are like expressing to you that they get it, they're in the same boat as you, this is how they fixed it, you know, whatever, what have you, right? And it's really just helped me to see that I'm not alone and there are other things I can do. Waking up early will give you such an advantage. I've personally done it myself for a while. Literally love it. Sometimes it's hard for me to get up, it is, but every time I have gotten up early, I've worked out, I've prioritized myself, eating right, you know, taking out time for like self-reflection, planning, organizing mentally. Like it's all a mental thing first, so you gotta mentally organize that stuff. So I was doing that, and it just helped me to be more efficient. I'm not gonna tell you it's an everyday thing and it's easy, because it's not. It's something you have to work to push yourself to be constantly, every minute of every day. You gotta learn that you're gonna have to do certain things at the same time. You're gonna have to learn that not every single thing can be done one at a time. It's different planning stuff solely for yourself, just doing you, right? Like being you, and okay, I'm gonna prioritize me, I'm gonna turn my phone off, I'm not gonna be anybody other than Vivian, I'm not gonna be a mom, I'm not gonna be a daughter, I'm not gonna be a sister, I'm not gonna be any of that, a cousin. I'm gonna be whatever I'm gonna be at that moment, which is just Vivian. Nobody else, right? Honestly, I've had my best days at home, like my own self-care. I pretty much learned how to do everything myself, like my nails. I did these today. I look online a lot. I look on TikTok a lot. Like I find ways to utilize what I like and make it better, which is something I previously said. So for me, I like getting my nails done. I like catering to myself. I like doing my hair or getting my hair done. I like to look good. Okay, because I know I don't have a whole bunch of time in the world to go stop and do this and that at different locations, waste gas, stuff like that. I just learn how to do everything myself. It takes time depending on what it is, but it makes more sense to put in the effort to teach yourself something over and over and over again to eventually, one, save money and save more time. Like, of course, anything you start off initially, you're probably gonna suck at it, but the more you do something, the better you get at it. Just like with consistency, like accept that everything is not gonna be easy, understand it, and move through it anyway, and you'll be fine. I'm gonna finish my hair and then we'll be back. I'm doing a TikTok and doing this consistency, so that's why my foundation is kind of already on. I did do my eyebrows and stuff already off camera. I will put everything that I'm using down below, including like the hair stuff too. But anyway, so basically another example, like I like eating healthy, right? I like watching TikToks where people are cooking and stuff like that. I like saving money. So what I started doing is I'm like, okay, well, I like to cook, but I don't. And I like seeing other people cook. And I want to cook these meals, but I don't want to be spending an arm and a leg to make food, especially if it's not going to be good once I get done making it, because I'm not, you know, the chef making the content that I'm looking at, right? So anyway, I ended up discovering a long time ago, I used to go with my grandma all the time. If you all have watched my vlogs, you already know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Aldi. Make sure you got that quarter, okay? If you know, you know. Like going there, I have saved so much money. I'm able to try new foods. For example, I have put y'all on to these mango things. Yes, this is in my beauty room because I really do like that snack. But I said it to say, if I would not have tried something different, I wouldn't have been able to be consistent in cooking and finding new meals and seeing different things, like opening my color palette, opening my horizons to like just enjoying life. Like I'm a very visual person. I do like to organize. I can be junky. I had to assess what are my bad habits and what do I want to break. You know what I mean? And so for me personally, that included, okay, I'm always having a junky bed. How do I get rid of having a junky bed? Okay, organize your stuff and make yourself put your stuff away as soon as you get home. Be consistent in that. Okay, you want better skin. Okay, find a regimen, stick to it, and don't do anything different. If it doesn't work, keep researching. Like, don't give up. Like, understand that things might happen and might not work out in the way that you want, but you shouldn't give up anyway. Like, you should persevere anyway, because I'd rather try 1,000 times and grow and learn than to not try at all and say, well, I couldn't do it. Like, I'm not gonna grow to, you never know if, like, you could tell yourself you can't do something, and then you actually do it, and it probably ends up trash, right? Let's just say it ends up trash, but in it ending up in trash, right? Or ending up as trash, you have now ventured off into something completely different. You've enjoyed the fact that, oh wow, this is not what I want, but this is what I want. Like, or let me try this, let me try that. Like, it works, y'all. Figure out your bad habits, write them down. What do you want to change about it? Why do you want to change it? How is it going to affect you if it's changed? How is it going to affect you if it isn't? And that will help you to be consistent in all things. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it literally starts with you. Look at me right now. I did a chit chat get ready with me. I'm doing it now. I have my phone right here. I did my nails today. I literally spent time with my best friend yesterday. Like, I'm vlogging today as well. Started yesterday. I only have a 3-day weekend. I worked for most of the week. I had to wash my clothes. I had to edit a whole bunch of social media content. I had so much I had to do, and I actually got it done because I take care of myself. Within taking care of yourself, you learn to prioritize you, and then you have room to do everything else. Because if you prioritize you, that means 1, you're in a better mood. 2, you're more productive because now you prioritize the things that you need to take care of. And 3, you can show up for other people and actually enjoy it. It's stuff you can do. Most people are so used to, including my previous self, so used to, oh, I can't do it all. That's too much work. I don't feel like it. But you'd rather complain for 2+ years on how you want to be more consistent and then spend the next 3 really not being consistent, but then contemplating, okay, well, what am I doing wrong in my life? That's it. Like, you cannot let what you see, what you're used to, you got to get out of your comfort zone. Like, you really, really do. Another example, I really don't even like this hairstyle. I did this hairstyle before. Okay, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just try it again. It won't be horrible. It's not my favorite, but it'll grow on me. And I like the hairstyle. Don't love it yet, but once I finish my makeup, I probably will actually enjoy it and love it. But in the meantime, I'm still trying something. I could be like, okay, well, I don't love it, so I can't film. I don't have a new hairstyle. No, you have stuff. You just are choosing not to do it because you already either previously did it, you didn't like the outcome, or you didn't like the way you got to the outcome. Like, the outcome you didn't like, and the way you got to the outcome, you still didn't like that either. Work around that, switch it up. Hope y'all following me. I know sometimes I can kind of go quick and jump from here to here, but that's just kind of how I talk. I'm a multitasker in every form of the way. But like, I'm trying to give y'all good examples because it's more of like a, you gotta figure it out. Like, I can't really tell you what you can do specifically for you. Only you know that. I could tell you and give you a guideline. Guideline is, okay, start waking up earlier. The guideline is plan. The guideline is make lists. Okay, the guideline is understand that you have bad habits that you need to break. Write those down. The guideline is hold yourself accountable. The guideline is have a circle of people, family, friends, whomever, who can hold you accountable for the things that you are trying to better yourself at in all things, and actually receive positive feedback and negative feedback. Like, it is a lot that you can do in a small amount of time that really won't require a lot. It just kind of seems like a lot. Okay, let me put it to you like this. It's very easy to be consistent when you learn how it is to be not consistent, meaning obviously you probably are inconsistent, that's why you're watching this, but you have to, one, know what it's like to be inconsistent to get to consistency, and then you also have to know what it's like to accept that you may have both. You might be inconsistent one day and consistent the next day, but keep going anyway. Keep pushing yourself anyway. It's just like with weight loss. I want to do this, I want to do that. Okay, y'all see me, I'm still plus size. I've been plus size pretty much my whole life. But this year and last year, I made a change in my life that I have seen growth. I have seen progression, a lot of progression in all forms, not just weight on my body. But I have lost weight, but it's still an ongoing process. I may not see it in the way I want to see it, but we're going to keep pushing forward anyway. We're going to move up. You know what I mean? So stick to learning yourself. Stick to having room to try new things, try new foods. Get new snacks. These right here, these are sweet and salty mixed trail mix, okay? I don't necessarily love these. These are really good. And they're at Sam's. I'll leave them linked below. But I decided, okay, I do like that trail mix, but I like more cranberries. It has raisins in there. It's not my favorite. I'm paying for it and paying for it. I actually found these at my job's vending machine. So I was like, okay, let me try a different alternative. I made my own. I went to the store. It costs less money to freaking make trail mix than it does to buy the trail mix. Like, already made. You see what I'm saying? So that's just an example of how many things you could do that don't require a lot of money or a lot of time. Like, I think we as people have been trained to think that everything requires so much and it's just so much effort. The reality is being consistent requires being uncomfortable. Being consistent requires going to bed. Being consistent requires, okay, I can't go to sleep at night. Why can't I go to sleep at night? Okay, let me give you an example. I'm always on TikTok. Okay, let me give you a reason why I want to go to sleep first. Let me start over. So I sometimes struggle with being able to go to bed at night, and I have dark circles, and because I have dark circles, I really want to make sure I'm going to sleep at night, drinking my water, things of that nature. That is one of my main reasons as to why I want to go to bed on time, as well as I'm not as efficient if I don't have enough sleep. Those two together are a big thing for me. They're a big deal. So because of that, I'm like, okay, well, what can I do to prioritize getting a good night's rest? I mentioned before my bed being dirty. I don't get a good night's rest if I have a bunch of stuff on my bed. That's an example. So I make sure to clean my bed off so I can get better rest. I make sure to clean my bed off, put stuff away so that it's organized, so that I have time to think about whatever. So I have time to read. I started reading. I've actually read 2 books so far. I haven't read books in years, but I used to really stay at the library. I stopped doing that over time. I started doing it again and I loved it. But if I wouldn't have prioritized cleaning and cooking and organizing and eating healthier, I wouldn't even have time to start at reading the book. Like, so many people are in so much chaos and then they go and try to do all these things that I'm suggesting without organizing the chaos. You got to organize the chaos first. Once you can organize that, you can literally do whatever you want to do. Anything you want to do, how you want to do it. It might not take exactly the exact steps that you're planning, but leave room for a little bit of error is what I like to say. Like, leave room for the unexpected, right? But have an open mind is basically all that I'm saying. Because if you don't have an open mind, you'll be stagnant for the rest of your life, and you'll spend 5.5 years working on a dream that you almost gave up on more than once because you kept saying, well, the numbers ain't there, the numbers ain't there. Okay, God, you told me this is my dream, but what happened? I don't see the results. I don't see this, I don't see that. Okay, but was you actually trying hard enough? I wasn't even consistent. And I'm sitting here talking about, Lord, oh my God, I just want to give up, oh, this and this, this and that. Maybe this isn't for me, maybe this isn't for me, da-da-da-da-da. It's not that it wasn't for me, y'all. It was the fact that I was trying to get out of having to put the work in. God can't give you something if you don't know what it's like to not have it. You're not going to be able to appreciate it. And that's so true. Like, I would not be able to appreciate my friends, my family, like the few friends that I do have. Like, I wouldn't even be able to appreciate any of them, especially my best friend, if I didn't have crappy friendships. Like, if I never experienced fake people. If I had not experienced the relationships that I've experienced, I couldn't even be who I am today to even like make this content, be myself. Like, I've gone through so many different hurdles emotionally that the physical has turned into being overweight, being tired, being let down, being disappointed, having trauma responses left and right, being triggered left and right. So much went into why I was not consistent. I had to take a long, hard look in the mirror. And you got to really ask yourself, what am I doing this for? Like, what is the purpose? Like, why? Like, why am I really doing it? And I feel like a lot of times we all try to do and be one person and one thing, but you got to understand you are a human being who probably likes multiple things. I tell people all the time, I try to encourage anybody who I feel like really should get a YouTube channel to get one. Like, because I don't know how to explain it, but like me having a YouTube channel has just really helped me, like, in more ways than one. Like, I'm just really good at so many different things, and having a platform where I can showcase those skills effortlessly has really just helped me. So it's like, okay, I enjoy it all. That's why I can be consistent with this. Like, you gotta find things you enjoy. If you don't like working out, find different videos of people working out that you actually enjoy. There are ways to do the things that you don't want to do to make them what you want to do. You get what I mean? Like, and there's going to be times where none of that shit's going to work and you just got to get up anyway. And stop being so emotional. I think I saw somebody said it in a TikTok, but you cannot let your emotions determine if you're going to get out of bed today, if you're going to stay up late. I hope that y'all get what I'm saying, because even in this itself, like, I have been on YouTube for about 5.5 years, and I have never in my life been at this point in my life where I'm happy. I have dreams, I have hopes, I have determination, I have consistency, I have room for the unexpected. I have everything and more that I need to be the person that I want to be. The person that, like I said in the beginning, is pushing me. The idea of who I want to be, I'm almost there with everything. I have the personality, I have the mindset, but I need to pair it with the action. Hold that thought. I'm gonna kind of finish up my makeup right quick and then I'll be back. The most I want y'all to take away from this video is, you see problems, fix them. You don't like something, you don't understand something, try to dig deep. Don't try to dig deep. Figure out why are you the way that you are, so that you can fix the things that you necessarily don't like. You'll find that everything you're trying not to be, you turning into 3 times worse, because you do it in a different way that you don't even recognize to yourself. Just be cognizant, y'all. Like, just, oh, I forgot my phone's in the way. My bad. Just ignore that for now. But just be cognizant. Like, don't give up on yourself. Allow yourself the space to grow and change as much as you need to change. Like, plan as much as you need to plan, but just don't stop believing in yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Don't let the world beat you down, because you're so much more capable than you think. And being consistent isn't a whole lot of work. It is work though, and you do have to find the root of what is going to get you to go, so that you can keep going. On the bad days, on the good days, on the days where you kind of neutral, you're able to reach a level of consistency that you can sleep good, you can breathe better, the colors outside are much brighter. Like, it's a whole nine. It's a whole world of like life out here behind consistency, and fear is not included, but growth is. And I just want y'all to retain that and just be, you know what I mean? Pray. Love yourself, be kind to yourself, and everything else truly will follow. Lean on God always. Even if you're not religious, then I just hope that you can take what I'm saying as what you can take it for you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't necessarily have to believe in what I believe in, but I am a believer of Christ, and so I pray, I talk to God, things like that. So if that's not your thing, that is okay. There is no judgment. However, be more positive in this life. Don't beat yourself up, but actually improve yourself, because we sit in self-pity so long. What am I doing? It's a circle. It's just going around and around. It's not changing. It's your favorite cousin on the internet, and I'm out.